All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lakeshore Public Schools. My name is Joe DePoni. I'm the superintendent of Lakeshore. We're very excited to have you all join us here this evening. We have a lot of information to share with you. We're super excited that you're joining us. Thank you to the choir and all of our choir directors for the wonderful performance leading up to this. I was particularly amazed to see elementary kids. I think it was the kids at Violet singing the Beatles. And I think we've probably moved into an age where some of the parents probably don't even, necessarily listen to the Beatles. So this is exciting stuff to have everyone join us, and and we want to thank you once again for joining our family. Just a couple quick notes. If for whatever reason you get disconnected, you lose your connection to this particular meeting, or you get bumped out for whatever reason. You can find all of these links back through our website, which is www.lakeshoreschools.org. There's a pop-up that can take you right to this. Also, you'll find down in the comments section below this broadcast on YouTube, there's some links that can get you right into where you want to be throughout this evening. So if you get lost, don't worry about it. We'll bring you back in. And certainly, if that doesn't work, we're happy to connect through phone or in person. Certainly, to make sure that you get all the information that you need regarding Lakeshore Public Schools. I want to just mention that our intention was always, and it always has been, to do everything in person as best we possibly can throughout this very unusual time. Unfortunately, we began the planning for this event back in December. And at that particular time, it didn't look like in-person, large format would be the best thing to do. And so we ended up planning and preparing for a virtual format. Our kids put a lot of work into this. Our staff put a lot of work into this. And of course, now we find that we probably we would be in a position to do this in person. We are planning this spring to welcome everyone back in person so that you can tour all of the buildings, you can meet staff, you can take a look around, you can get a much better feel for in person what Lakeshore Public Schools has to offer. And there's a link in some of the information that we're going to go through here momentarily that you'll be able to take a look at and register so that we can reach out and connect with you. Speaking of registering, I just couldn't help but notice that Bradley Donovan, Bradley, if you're out there somewhere, Bradley, I think, is going to be a kindergartner here at some point. And I will never forget Bradley's November 18th birthday, because Bradley, you and I share a birthday. So I look forward to that. I was also particularly excited when I saw that Hazel Marsh, who is also going to be a kindergartner, her parents were Lakeshore alum, and it's always wonderful to see our families and their kids come through and follow that very proud tradition of being a Shorian. Before I turn it over to some of our building leaders, and you can see they're on the side there, you can see Mr. Johnson and Mr. Belair are over there making fun of, I'm going to guess it's probably me, but we'll find out here in a little bit what they have to say. But I want to tell all of you that your child's learning at Lakeshore is a very personal thing to us. We take that responsibility so very serious. We might not necessarily take ourselves all that serious from time to time. We want to have a little bit of fun. We spend a lot of time here with your kids and with each other, and having a few laughs is such an important thing. But what we do is personal. Just as it was very personal for my own 3 children and their education, we take the learning of your child very personal. We take their success very personal. We want their experience here to be the absolute best that it can possibly be. We want them to grow. We want them to learn. We want them to love their experience as being a part of Lakeshore Public Schools. And I think what you're going to find when they walk across the stage after their senior year, and there's some tears flowing and hugs, and it's that culmination of really 13 great years of an experience that is just second to none. And it all begins, as they enter into our school system. And every step along the way, we try and nurture and love them up and point them in the right direction when they need to be pointed in the right direction, and work closely with our families to make sure that our kids are getting the very best education possible, and it's a reflection of the values and all of the great character items that we want out of kids that come out of Lakeshore and out of this community of St. Clair Shores. And so, again, I just want to encourage all of you to make sure that you register at some point. For those of you that have kids going into kindergarten, we will have an in-person kindergarten roundup on April the 20th. All of this information can be found on our website, www.lakeshoreschools.org. Please follow us on Twitter, like our Facebook page, take a look around at all of those things. You're going to see some really cool things that paint a really close picture of Lakeshore Public Schools. And speaking of which, I'd like to just have you take a look for a couple minutes here of a student-produced video that was created that's going to give you a good look of some of the things that go on here at Lakeshore.
Lakeshore Public Schools, enroll today. For more information, visit www.lakeshoreschools.org.
Our kids, no doubt, do some pretty cool things there. Again, student-produced video highlighting some of the remarkable items. You know, we believe we have world-class students that are the result of world-class staff that get a world-class education and world-class facilities. And that all begins with our early childhood center. We have just a remarkable program that has really taken off serving our youngest learners. There's no better place for you to begin your child's education than at our early childhood center. And to talk us through a little bit of the early childhood learning, we have Ms. Kelly Biondo, who is our coordinator for that program. Kelly, why don't you share a little bit about the Early Childhood Center?
Well, good evening and welcome. I am so excited to showcase what Lakeshore Early Childhood Center has to offer the district's youngest learners. Over the last year and a half, our center is taking on a new direction on the education of our birth to 5 populations, and I am really looking forward to sharing some of the changes with you.
Thanks, Kelly. I failed to mention, and I don't want to talk about this too much, but we do have some exciting news within the district to share that on May the 3rd, there will be a bond proposal that will be on the ballot. And included in that bond proposal will be the development and creation of a dedicated early childhood center that would be relocated to our admin building right here on Harper Avenue. Again, it would be a state-of-the-art facility for our youngest learners. And so that's something to be certainly looking for. A no tax rate increase on May the 3rd that would be a part of the ballot. Now let's talk a little bit about our elementary schools. Olivia, who is a future kindergartner at Masonic, might recognize our next person. Located at the northernmost end of the district, and home to about 445 of the best students and staff that you could find anywhere. Kids that are and staff that are really living out this goal that we have of inspiring one another, of the many goals that we have. And leading that effort to inspire is our principal, Mr. Matt Baranka.
Thank you, Dr. DePonio. I appreciate it. I'm super excited to be here tonight, and I cannot wait to meet all of the future Masonic Heights Tigers that are here in the audience tonight, whether it be virtually, on a cell phone, on a TV, on a computer, whatever that mode of communication might be tonight. It's almost as if we're right there with you, and I hope that's what it feels like tonight. I'm so proud to work alongside with such an amazing staff like the one here at Masonic Heights. Day in and day out, I get to see dedicated educators come to work to make the lives of our students and their families a little bit better. We have the best playgrounds around. We have fun experiences in the classroom and in the community. As Dr. DePonio said, I'm a Lakeshore parent myself, and there's many reasons that I chose to enroll my daughter in Lakeshore, and I think tonight you'll be able to see why. We take this personal. We have amazing growth as we see our students go from kindergarten through 5th grade and head off onto middle school. We work hard, but we play hard too. I can't wait to tell you more about Masonic Heights and all of our elementary schools tonight.
Thank you, Matt. Located at the southern end of our district and home to 500 of the finest students and staff that you're going to find is Rogers Elementary. And they live out a goal that we have, which is innovative approaches to teaching and learning. And leading Rogers in that mission to develop innovation is Dr. Lynn Bradley.
Welcome. Thank you, Dr. DePonio, and thank you so much. This is my first year in Lakeshore Public Schools and at Rogers, but I have about 2+ decades of experience. So I'm coming to you with it all. Open arms, a welcoming environment here. The staff is just absolutely fantastic. The most hardest working staff, I believe, in this whole district. And since we're one of the bigger buildings, it takes a big, bold personality. So I'm here to welcome you and bring you into this family here at Rogers, where you're going to get exceptional academic and rigorous activities and lessons, lots of fun school-wide activities, and you're going to feel a sense of community. We just kind of wrap our arms around everyone. And so join us, be a part of our wonderful parent club that keeps the energy and action going. And we just look forward to having you be one of our rockets. Come blast off with us here at Rogers.
Thanks, Len. And finally, right there in the middle of our district and home to 400 wonderful students and staff is Violet Elementary. Violet embodies our passion to celebrate all of the great things that occur here at Lakeshore Public Schools. And leading that celebration is our principal of Violet, which is Miss Joan Grassi. Joan owes us. She's muted. There we go. We knew someone. We had a little side bet for everyone listening. We had a little side bet that someone was going to stay on mute when they started talking. And I'll bet this group probably picked Joan to be the one that would.
They did. That's what the actual bet should have been. Is it going to be Joan or not? You know, I get so excited that I forget about that. And actually, on my Post-it, it says unmute on the top. So I am sorry, but whoever I owe my $5 to, I'd be happy to share that with you guys. Winner, chicken dinner to someone, right? Thank you, Dr. DePonio, for sharing that with the whole community. And good evening and welcome, Lakeshore families. I have been the lucky principal of Violet Elementary for the past 6 years, some of my funnest 6 years in education. Violet is the smallest of our elementaries, but we are mighty in our caring, kindness, creativity, and genuine love for our students. We like to push our students to become true 21st century learners. Lakeshore is truly a family, and our entire staff works together, making your child's experience truly special. We look so forward to you becoming a Violet All-Star. After our introductions, please make sure you follow our links to learn more about the specifics of our elementaries from our elementary team. We can't wait to see you soon.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it. Middle school years can be tricky years for those of you that are parents that have already gone through middle school, and not to raise any apprehension for those of you that have kids that are going into sixth grade. They can either be challenging years or they can be an absolute blast. If you spend some time at KMS, you'll see that concept of inspiration, innovation, and celebration all comes together, and it does under the dynamic and sometimes goofy leadership of our principal and assistant principal at Kennedy Middle School, Mr. Chad Johnson and Mr. Ed Belair.
Good evening, everyone. I've been a proud member of this district since 2007, currently in my 7th year as a principal, 4 of which were at Northlake High School, our alternative setting, and this being my 3rd year here at KMS. Mr. Blair and I are looking forward to seeing those of you that are choosing to visit KMS tonight virtually. We have an amazing staff and an amazing group of students here that we can't wait to share with you and get to talk about.
Unmute, I think it says on mine, Joan, as I read it. So I just wanted to make sure that got up. But hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Ed Belair. I'm the assistant principal here at KMS. I've had the pleasure of working here at KMS for the past 9 years. You probably know my face. I've been with Mr. Johnson here for the past 3 years. Once again, as you probably know, Lakeshore and KMS is a very special place. I love our connection with both parents. And what I think sometimes I forget about is the community piece, which goes along with it. Please take a second to check out, like I said, our wonderful opportunities we have to offer here at Lakeshore. Enjoy your time and explore. Look forward to meeting all of you.
Thanks, gentlemen. There are a few high schools in the state of Michigan that have the storied history that we have at Lakeshore High School. Our graduates have gone on to lead the largest companies and corporations. They've starred in film and performed on the largest stages. They've gone on to bring back Olympic gold medals to St. Clair Shores and Lakeshore High School, and they found themselves in halls of fame in the NFL, the NHL, and we're still looking for Major League Baseball and the NBA, but maybe that's to come. Our kids have done some remarkable things, and those who have attended Lakeshore High School, I think, will affirm that it's one of the best places that you can possibly receive a high school diploma. Above all, of our graduates that have gone off and done great things, we are so proud of those that have gone off to serve our country and those that have come back to serve their community. And all of that happens with the leaders of Lakeshore High School, and at the helm of Lakeshore High School is Dr. Janelle Bross, Dr. Todd Stevens, and Mr. Will Pawlowski.
Thanks, Dr. DePonio. I'm Janelle Bross, the very proud principal here at Lakeshore. Just so excited to be here with all of you tonight. You've heard some great things about all of the other buildings in our district, and it's all true. I love serving the Shorian Nation because of this incredible team. You can tell we got a bunch of personalities here, and the amazing community that we serve. We are graduating our 99th class of students this year, which makes next year our big 100-year celebration. Lakeshore has been a part of St. Clair Shores for a really long time. We've got multiple generations of families that live here and send their kids to school here. Some that have been part of the Shores for so long that they literally have streets named after them. My mom lived on Visnaugh growing up. My 4 aunts and uncles and her graduated from here. My own son is in kindergarten. My daughter at the ECC in this district. I've worked here for 15 years. Being a Shorian really means being part of a history, part of a legacy when you're talking about a century of service to this community. And I really love being part of something special, and I hope you do too. Dr. Stevens and Mr. Pawlowski and I are so excited to tell you more about Lakeshore High School tonight or anytime you want to reach out to us. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Janelle. Finally, well, actually, we've got 2 programs left to share, but to begin with is a place where hope and like comeback stories are as common as like a cold day in the winter. it is really an inspiring place to be a part of and to listen to the stories that come out of it. And I'm talking about North Lake High School. It gives students a place to belong, to flourish, to excel. And leading this group of remarkable kids is Dr. Jeff Lip and Mr. Steve Gaffigan.
Dr. D, thank you so much for that introduction. He nailed it right on the head there with the hope. That is the most amazing thing about this particular school, and the relationships that form with our small teaching staff and with our small student body here that are nothing but positivity that comes from this building. What's great about this is the second chance that they get to earn that high school diploma, which, is a journey for everybody. So we would like to showcase that. And if you have an opportunity, feel free to stop by and check out some of the more success stories that we can share with you.
Steve Gaffigan, Dean of Students over at Northlake. I've been part of the Lakeshore community since I was a kindergarten student at Rogers Elementary School. So happy to be here. Couldn't be more proud to be part of this staff and part of this community.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. Dr. Lip, you also head up, the adult community ed, and we have this motto, and you see it right on the side of this presentation: once a Shorian, always a Shorian. And we believe in so many things, that idea again of inspiration, innovation, celebration, and once a Shorian, always a Shorian. And included in that means that once you graduate from Lakeshore, there's still an opportunity to connect and be a part of activities that are going on. And so our adult and community ed program really fulfills that particular mission. Dr. Lip heads up that program. So Dr. Lip, take it away.
Absolutely, Dr. DePonio. Thanks again for that. So in adult ed, there are some programs here that, obviously, if you're looking to get your diploma, this is a great chance and a second chance to go ahead and do that. And so we have a high school completion program. We have an English as a second language program here. We have a GED program. We also have a connection with Michigan Works. So if you're looking for employment, I think this is a good place to stop by. And then finally, we head up all of the community enrichment activities that take place. So it is never too late ever. Age is just a number, honestly. If you are looking to get that education, come back, or feel free to visit me and Mr. Hunt this evening in our adult ed link.
Thank you very much. So momentarily here, we're going to kind of send everyone off and have them meet in some of these different breakout sessions. In the way that you navigate through this, of course, if you're looking at this particular item on the screen, you can't click on any of this. If you are watching this on YouTube right now, you're going to have to go down again to the live link that will take you to this particular page that gives you the options now to virtually leave this meeting and then go and enter into the Early Childhood Center, or go and enter into Masonic Heights or Rogers or Violet or Kennedy or Lakeshore or North Lake or the Adult and Community Ed program. Of course, there is the link that's going to be up the second from the top that asks you to register for this virtual open house. So that we can gather some information, we can stay in contact with you and connect and give you future information to let you know when we're going to have an opportunity for you to come on campus in the spring and make sure that everything you need to know about Lakeshore, we're giving you that particular information. As I mentioned earlier, we take this serious. Just very briefly, I absolutely adored my school experience. I wasn't the greatest student in the world, but I loved school. And I had some of the very best teachers that I could have ever asked for. I keep in contact with them to this very day. And I wanted nothing more than my own kids to have that same type of experience. I look at this young man on the screen here with that big smile. And, this, I think it was taken before he even entered into kindergarten. And it is so important for all of us on this screen, and most importantly, the teachers in this classroom, in the classrooms, that this young man and your children love school. They develop and get better and better and better each and every day. They are focused on, of course, the fundamental aspects of learning: reading, writing, mathematics, problem solving, being creative and innovative, and being prepared for a world that we're going to see down the road and not a world that we saw years ago. These are things that are very important to us, but also serving the community, being a part of St. Clair Shores and serving this community. When we had snow on the ground, we sent kids out eager to get out and help shovel some driveways. We've had some of our youngest students go and spend some very important, powerful time with some of our oldest residents. In the fall, you'll find kids out in the neighborhoods raking leaves for their neighbors. Service is such an important component of what we do here, and we don't want to just pay it, talking points. We want to live it, and I think that's just a small part of some of the great things that our kids do, and they do it because we have great staff, world-class students, world-class staff, a world-class education, and world-class facilities. And I think that's what we have here at Lakeshore Public Schools. I want to thank you all for being a part of this evening. Momentarily, you're going to go and find this link. And again, if you get bumped out for whatever reason, you can just go right back to our website and you'll find that link. It'll be the first thing that pops up. And then you can drop into these virtual meetings that will all begin when you enter into the virtual front door of our schools. Thank you once again, everyone, for being a part of this evening. We hope that you have a wonderful evening. You get a lot of information, and we look forward to seeing you in the very, very near future. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful time.